to the show. If you hear any weird noise, it's just because literally in like the past minute before I went to go start this, a giant water truck pulled up, water delivery truck, a person walking a dog, the dog started barking like crazy. Someone turned on an incredibly loud leaf blower. The only thing that didn't happen was a giant bomb exploding or a plane crashing somewhere nearby. Can you hear that? I don't care. That's the loudest leaf blower I've ever heard, like, in my life. What can you do? Sometimes powerful forces are working against you, but we gotta go. The show must go on. So if you hear noise, sorry. I tried my best. I got a small window I gotta record the show in, and reaching for my refreshment like in the first minute of the show. So we gotta do what you gotta do. So here we are. Hey everybody. Thanks and welcome to the show. My name is Michael. I am a woman's photographer from New Jersey, and I've photographed hundreds of women through the course of my career. And here we answer some questions about the wacky and weird world of boudoir photography, because it's just strange out there. Women think it's so easy. You go and hire a photographer, everything is going to go super well, but that's not how it turns out, is it? You know. So there's a lot more that goes on in choosing a photographer than really you'd think. So we're here to answer questions, set everybody straight, give them the information they need, so when you do go out and book a photographer, things go smooth, easy, and you get the results that you are looking for. So that's simple, what we're here to do. So we're answering some questions. So today, it's a kind of a very simple question, but something that pops up around this time of year. And this week's question is, what is a boudoir mini session? Should I give it a shot? So we're going to chat about that today for a little bit. I'm going to try to have a special guest on the show. I don't know. I was trying to get this to work, and it doesn't work so great. I was trying to connect my guest through my Rodecaster. For some reason, it's not working right. Tried Bluetooth in it, and the person couldn't hear me. And I don't have a cable that goes from iPhone to the Rodecaster, so, and I was going to just hold it up to the microphone, but we'll give this a shot. So, put my music down, and our special guest today is the one and only. I'm going to have to blast. I found I had to blast my microphone, so this may turn out so great, but our guest today is Mr. ChatGPT. And we're going to ask Mr. ChatGPT what a boudoir mini session is and hear what he has to say about it. So let's give it a shot. What is a boudoir mini session?
Got it. A boudoir mini session is a shorter, simplified version of a regular boudoir session, typically lasting 15 to 30 minutes. It usually includes fewer outfit changes, a limited number of poses, and a smaller selection of edited images. It's a great option for clients who want a quick, fun experience or to try boudoir photography without committing to a full session.
That's a good answer. Are they popular?
Yes, boudoir mini sessions are quite popular. They're often in high demand because they offer a more affordable and lower commitment way for clients to experience boudoir photography. They're especially popular during special occasions like Valentine's Day or the holidays, when people are looking for unique gift ideas.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
You're welcome. If you need anything else, feel free to ask.
Okay, I will. Thank you. So that gives us a little bit of an idea of what a boudoir mini session is. And, you know, Mr. ChatGPT PTP is kind of right on. Originally, the idea of a mini session was, again, it was a shorter session. And what people tend to think is that it's also going to be at a somewhat lower cost than a regular boudoir session. Because, a regular session could be 2.5 hours. It could even be longer in some cases if you're factoring in makeup and stuff like that. So a mini session could be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, could be even up to an hour, depend on who you're working with. But the tricky thing is that they're not always inexpensive. To me, that's what it's all about, giving a bunch of people who maybe didn't want to work with you or couldn't before a chance to see what kind of goes on and at a lower price. And I found that some people still are charging $600, $700, $800 or more for like mini sessions. And not only that, they're not even really giving you anything. I saw one I was looking at. It wasn't super recently, but it was like they're giving you like 2 digital images. Like, what the heck is that? Because typically, as Mr. GPT said, these are done around the holidays. I tend to hold mine. It's the only time I do them around Christmas. I think I've tried it once or twice on Valentine's Day. But the idea is you want someone to walk away with some kind of a tangible gift that they can use for Christmas. Or I have people coming in using it for weddings or whatever. So important too, if you're looking around your area, and we're going to use this as a episode as a shameless plug for my own mini sessions coming up in December. Make sure you read what's included in that session, because there's no point in paying a whole bunch of money again if you're not getting anything to show from it from that mini session. It should be simple. Just pay it. Whether it's photos or video, you're getting something out of it that's going to be tangible, that's going to be good for a gift. Don't wind up in a situation with a mini session if you're paying nothing and you still got to pay a whole bunch of more money afterwards to get a photo book or something like that. Or if you're paying a lot of money and you're not getting anything, just get like 2 digital images out of something. That's kind of not what the spirit of the sessions are all about. And then typically what you'll see is the photographer may take a day and do maybe 4, 5, 6 sessions in one day. There'll be one person, and the next they'll schedule 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or whatever the schedule goes. And there's a bunch of people coming in on one day. There may or may not be makeup included. It's a little trickier to do makeup on a mini session day just because the sessions are so short. Makeup can take a long time to do, so you may wind up taking longer for the makeup than the actual session. And I find that makeup, I've done it both ways. I think it's way easier without makeup on mini session days, just because makeup artists, they're taking their time to do their job properly, and they're not used to being rushed or saying you only have 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do makeup, and when they go long, it just throws again off the whole schedule. In my case, I'm real not great at staying on schedule. I'm not used to looking at my watch and I got 5 minutes left, I got 8 minutes left, and rushing. So some sessions may include makeup, which again is going to cause the cost to go up. Some may not include makeup, but that's okay. On a shorter session, it's trickier to integrate makeup into that kind of a system. And in the case of my mini sessions, we're giving out a photo book of some sort, maybe some digital images, or I've even done some that include short boudoir videos in them as well. And so people have a nice takeaway from that they can use for their Christmas gift. And mine are predominantly targeted towards Christmas gifts. You may find people doing this for other reasons. So important, as always, if you're out there looking and interested in mini sessions, this is the time of year you're going to start to see them pop up. Usually photographers may start booking them 2 weeks or 2 months or so, even before, to give people a chance to go in and book. And let me tell you what happens in the case of mine, and I've just sent out my notifications to my email list maybe 4 or 5 days ago for the ones coming up in my case in November. And they'll sit there. You may get one person. I have a couple days out there booking, and then like at the last minute, you'll see a bunch of people come in, book, and then someone will be like, oh, there's no spots left. I'm like, well, you knew about this 2 months ago. There was plenty of spots. So people tend to wait to the last minute to book these. I don't know why. That's what tends to happen every year. So if you do find something that you like, book it early, get the time slot that you want. And, don't wait till the absolute last minute, because people tend to swoop in at the last minute and want to take some spots, and you may not get the time you want, or you may not get a spot on that session or on that event. So check in your area. You can always put your town or like New Jersey, in my case, New Jersey boudoir minis, or if you live in Colorado or Denver boudoir mini sessions. It's maybe tricky to find if you're not on the mailing list of a photographer. You may have to do a little bit of work, but they're fun, and usually it's going to be less money than it's for a full session. So should you try this? Yeah, I have new faces coming in every Christmas to try these sessions. People on a bit of a budget who want to come in and give it a shot. But it takes a little work to find them. There's no guarantee that there's going to be any in your area. And one question that we always get about mini sessions, how many outfits should I bring, and changing and stuff like that. And again, every photographer handles this a bit differently. And some may say in the rules, one outfit only, or, because it's difficult to change. In my case, I don't have any kind of an outfit limit, but remember, when you're on a tight schedule that may be 40 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that, unless you got to be a real quick changer and go in, and I wouldn't make the outfits too complicated with these. It's best to keep it very, very simple. Even if you have one really good outfit, you could do lots of poses and, or at least get what you want to get done. And if there's any time left in your session, do a quick change to go into another outfit. But this is not really an event designed for multiple outfit changes. I have women who do, and I say, maybe put a pair of jeans on over here, and then we do some with the jeans unbuckling. It's easy to take the jeans off and have like a bra set on underneath. But if you're going in and in the middle of your session trying to get into one of these corsety things with stockings and trying to put all that, you're wasting 10 minutes of your session just figuring out how one of those outfits got, or if you got one of those strappy things with 8,000 straps, it takes like 45 minutes alone just to figure out how to get into that thing. So outfits like that are not necessarily the best for this type of session. I would really, hone your outfits down to one thing you really like, possibly maybe two that are easy to get in and out of. So keep your outfit choices done. Do your makeup ahead of time, whether you're doing it yourself or you're going out to a local salon or doing it. Do your hair done, because these really go by quick. So when you get into the door, you want to be ready to go. You don't want anything delaying you. And like I said, I'm bad at keeping on track. It is, but I'm always have women going in and changing, and then they're out of the room for 5 minutes, and they're still out there trying to put a shoe on, and they've wasted a chunk of their time. And in these sessions, often you can't run late because the next woman's going to be arriving, and you're kind of on a tight schedule. And so keep it simple. Allow yourself plenty of time to get to the location. Again, people who show up late, you may be losing some of your session time because you can't start pushing everybody else back. So there are some downsides to these, and it's not quite a regular full boudoir session where tons of outfits or a little bit more leeway. It's a little bit more scheduled. It's a little bit more restricted in terms of outfits. You may not be able to do all the poses you want and so forth. But again, hey, it's just a short session. You should be getting still a small albums or photo books worth of photos out of there to create a nice Christmas gift. I think we do anywhere from 9 to maybe 11 or 12 that we include in one of these short sessions, and we're taking some really quick photos. In my case too, people wanted to do videos, so I have a couple of days, and I've done up to 4 or 5 days during Christmas with mini sessions, and they would all tend to fill. And as one filled, I would add another. But over the past couple of years, in my case too, people have been requesting videos during these sessions. So it's tough to do videos again in a real short time, because it's, with photos you can click and move, turn it. Videos take a little bit longer, walking and so it's a little tougher with videos. So, and a couple of years ago, I invented like double mini sessions, and instead of a 40-minute session, we were doing an 80-minute session, and then that was enough time for people who wanted to do more photos. We included a few more photos, or if someone wanted to come in and shoot a couple of short videos, that was sort of enough time to do that. So check and see what your photographer does. There may be photos, there could be videos, there could be a combination of both. And again, it's tough to do videos in a real short session. Some photographers do these really 15-minute-ish, 20-minute-ish minis. It's hard to do a video in something like that. You do need something sort of a little bit longer. what else can I tell you you need to know about these mini sessions? Usually they're going to need to be paid up front, at least a deposit to hold your spot. Because again, there's a limited number of cases. In my instance, people always say, "Oh, can you hold something for me?" I'm like, "I can't hold it. There's only 5, 6 spots on that day, and even now they're available. I know what's going to happen a month from now. They're all going to fill up all of a sudden." So and when they fill, they fill. Now, one thing to do is sometimes, and what I do, if come across a photographer doing a mini session and they are all filled suddenly, ask if they have a wait list, because they may be doing a second date. If the first date fills up and they have people waiting, so just because you see it's filled or booked, email them, are you doing a wait list and doing a second date? And then also too, the one thing that I run into every year, and I tend to do these around Thanksgiving-ish, depending on where Thanksgiving-ish falls into early December. And it's not a lot of time to go through that many sessions, because I could have 15, 20 or more sessions in mini sessions. So I really have to be very particular about editing those photos. I don't take a lot of photos because I don't have time to go through that many photos. So I keep the selection small for the women to choose. I have to edit them very quickly. And when your photos go up from a mini session in a gallery, especially when it's really close to Christmas, make your selections really quick. Again, don't wait till the last minute, because every year I am chasing women down like a week before Christmas. You didn't pick anything out yet. You don't have any photos. No. Because remember, all these album places get very busy through Christmas, at least busier than they are the rest of the year, so that could take them longer to process and print photo books. And not only that, if your photographer's on the ball and editing all of these photos, it can still take time for you to figure your layout you want in the book. They have to send it out. It has to get print, it has to get bound, and it has to get shipped to you, which can take a certain number of days depending on the company that they're using and the shipping method. So get your selections done as fast as possible. Pick out your photos right away, especially for Christmas. Don't wait to the last minute. "Oh, I'm so busy, because you're really risking not getting your gift for Christmas unless it's not for Christmas. And again, with me, I ask everybody, do you need this for Christmas? Because I always bump into people who don't. I put the Christmas people as a priority, rush through all those photos, and I'm still chasing people down. 10 days to Christmas. You got to get this now. You got to get this now. And you're like, "Oh, I'll get to it. And I can only do what I can do. Thankfully, I think I've never missed anybody, but there have been some pretty darn close calls with people just not like making their selections and so forth, and cutting it. I think I've had some deliveries even come through on Christmas Eve over the years because people waited that long to get in there and do it. And I'm like, I can't guarantee we'll send it out, but we'll cross our fingers and hope for the best. So pick your photos quickly. And like I said, it's fun to do. It's kind of a blur. Rush in, you have this quick session, and it's over before you know it. But it gives you a taste of what women's photography may be like. It's not maybe the most relaxing of boudoir sessions. It goes by pretty quick, and it's very purposeful. There's not a lot of chatter between you and the photographer. I usually like to sit down and talk to people, find out a little bit about what they want. But in these sessions, again, there's not a lot of time to get into quick or get into long, sessions about people wanting to do certain poses and stories and stuff like that. You got to get right. You got to get right to it. So as long as you keep those in mind, keep it simple, keep your outfit simple, find something in your area, book it early, make sure that when you're booking something that you're actually getting something tangible and worth it, not just like one digital photo. What good does that do anybody? Make sure again that what you're paying for includes a nice photo book or something, and it's not a chunk of money again extra. And I get upgrades, like if someone wants more photos or they want to get a bigger photo book, but some photographers do some stuff where you're paying a whole bunch of money and you're not getting anything. It looks like it's $200 or $300, and you find out, that doesn't include any products, and you have to spend $800 or $900 more dollars to get like a photo book. That's not a mini session to me. So make sure everything's included. You get a photo book, maybe some digital pictures, or maybe even a little video in there. talk to the photographer as always and find out how they operate their sessions, how early they want you to be there. And, you know, it's a good Christmas gift. So I always recommend everybody should do it. If you want to check out how I run my sessions and you happen to be in New Jersey, be happy to have you down this year. I'm going to put a link to my own Christmas sessions down below this episode. You can check that out if you want to. And that's all we got for this week. So we covered a lot of information about Boudoir mini sessions. Want to thank our special guest, ChatGPT, that I couldn't quite get hooked up the way that I initially wanted to, but hey, you know, technology. And that's all I got for you for this week. So thanks everybody for stopping by, and enjoy your Christmas mini sessions. Stay safe, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Thanks. Now I'm going to dance.